Welcome. Welcome to the 60-second reset. I hope that this will be the first of many opportunities that we can connect as we go through this and navigate this unprecedented time together. What I want to be able to do is I want to be able to spend some time with you, 60 seconds a week, and pass along a tool and a skill that you can use and practice and give me feedback as you go through it that will help you and your families navigate these just unprecedented times. I want to make myself available to you, and so you can contact me at gjones@greenvilleoaks.org. Give me feedback, comments, suggestions, topics. I want to make this an opportunity for you to grow and for me to grow as we kind of go through this time together. You've heard me say, most of you that have heard me teach, there are 3 stages of life. We're in a crisis, we just came out of a crisis, or we're headed into crisis. And I think that we can all agree that we are individually in a crisis, but even globally, we're in a crisis. And what I want to pass on to you today is that how we view the crisis has everything to do with the outcome. If we view it as danger, we're probably not going to have a very good outcome. If we view it as opportunity, we're probably going to have a lot better outcome. Because when we're in the opportunity zone, our brains are able to be more creative. There's basically 3 stages. If you just had a little line here, we have negative, neutral, positive. We don't even have to be in the positive zone to be creative, but we do need to be in the neutral zone. When we're in the negative zone, the woe is me and this is danger, and we just can't be very creative on how to move forward through the crisis. So I want us to at least try to be in the neutral to the positive, and those are some things that I want to leave with you. It takes approximately 6 seconds for our brains to take things out of our emotional processes into our rational processes. When we walk into a situation or we're experiencing a situation, our brain is constantly looking and saying, is this a safe environment? It takes 6 seconds for us to be able to pull that information into our rational part of our brain. You've heard of fight, flight, or freeze. Some of you have even heard of the idea of, well, we need to pause for 3 seconds. Actually, we really need to pause a little bit longer for the brain to move that information into a rational part of our brain. Sometimes, us as adults, we need to go into timeout. Just like we send our kids to timeout. When they're acting up, we send them to timeout so they can just kind of cool down. We need to do the same, and especially in moments that we're experiencing now. So when we're experiencing overwhelm, stress, anxiety, and I'm going to use those terms, they all mean the same thing. We need to be able to focus and take a pause and say, okay, I need a timeout. And what we want to do when we're in the timeout is we want to think about what the emotions are that we're experiencing. Because behind every emotion that we experience, once we label it, and not just superficially label it, we'll talk about this later, but as we label that emotion, there is a story, there's a narrative behind the emotion. There's a story that we're telling ourselves behind that experience, and this is the story and the narrative that we need to be able to understand. At the very onset of overwhelm or stress, we need to pause, identify the emotion, and identify the story that's behind that emotion. Thank you for being with me today, and thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please contact me, gjones@greenvilleoaks.org. I look forward to hearing from you.